honorable judges, teachers, and all my fellow student friends. So, imagine if one person's action creates change in the whole world that people start thinking about it. Sounds amazing, right? Now, imagine if a great innovator is sitting between us in this room. Imagine if a great scientist, if a great environmental hero, a lawyer, an entrepreneur is sitting between us. But the past is something else. It says that people believe that only great influencers, businessmen, and strong and powerful government can bring these kinds of changes in the world. But this is not true. Because the great changes, remarkable innovations, and inspirational revolutions are brought by the person who take initiative, who dares to take first step toward changing the world. So today, we the participants of the Vyom House stand before you to talk on the topic that how students can change the world. So one student plants a tree that inspires the future to make the earth more greener. One student stands against bullying who will create a school which is kinder. And one student with innovative ideas will transform the life. These great changes are only possible if one will think and one will put up their voices in one will. These changes are only possible if the people start raising their voices, because with only courage they can make this possible. So, future doesn't depend on the tomorrow. It depends on the actions that we take today. So now my partner Sonal will further discuss on this topic.
Now, you all might be wondering, can one student really make a difference? The answer is yes, and history gives us many inspiring examples. First of all, think about Malala Yousafzai. She was just a school student when she stood up for every girl's right to education. Despite facing great challenges, she never gave up. Today, she is the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner and has inspired millions of students across the world to value education. Another inspiring example is Boris Slam. At the age of just 16, he noticed huge amount of plastic floating in the oceans. Instead of complaining, he designed a machine to remove plastic waste. Today, his organization, the Ocean Cleanup, is helping remove plastic waste from oceans and rivers. Closer to him, we have 𝐒𝐭𝐮𝐝, an engineer and education reformer from Ladakh. Instead of accepting the problems around him, he created innovative schools where students learn through practical experiences. His famous project, the 𝐒𝐴𝐸 is responsible for storing water for the farmers in the dry Himalayan region. More recently, he has continued to advocate for better education and environmental protection and has inspired millions of people around India to raise their voice for positive change. These people were once ordinary students with extraordinary determination. The message is simple. You don't need to wait until you grow up to make a difference.
So what can we do? The change begins with us. The next question is, how can we, as students, change the world? We don't need millions of rupees or a famous name. We just need willingness to take the first step. So, basically, imagine if each of us planted one tree every year. At the end of the year, there will be millions of trees, and that will help us to create more greener environment and more healthier environment. Imagine if each of us helped one student who struggles in studies, so that at the end of the year he succeeds in his exam, and help him to get motivated, increase his confidence, and help him in the future. Imagine if we conserve electricity, save water, reduce plastic, and do plantation drives every year. This will create a future that will be so wonderful, that help us to live in it very peacefully. So all of this is needed by us to start a one movement, that we need to be the one who is going to start this movement, who is going to ignite the fire of this movement. So we have already seen this happen during natural disasters, when students across India helped to organize a donation drive, plantation drive, and blood donation camps, and many more. We can see that these are merely small impacts, but these small impacts, these small deeds can be done by many millions of students. These can act as a great, wonderful decision. And only if we start doing it by one, it will create millions of numbers. So we have seen 𝐭𝐿 Waangchuk. 𝐭𝐿 Waangchuk always taught us that we don't need to be the one, we don't need to be the wait for other, that we should do the action. We do not need to wait for others, as because he started his school that helped the poor students to study for free. He did not thought that education is the work of government. He always believed that if we need to improve the education of our country, there will be need of the people of country to start this fire. We need to improve our education. So basically, we need to improve our education system. We can do better. We also need to participate. We should not we should not think that there is a need of other people to start this. We should be the one to start this, and if we start today, other will join us soon and will help us to make a more beautiful world. We should always remember these powerful words, that only few people cannot. We should need to remember these powerful words, that it is possible for one person to start the thing, that it will create a huge impact in the future. Let us be the change in this future. Let us be the one who start the fire. Let us be the one who took the willingness to make our country beautiful. Now I would like to call my fellow teammate Simar to conclude this topic.
So it's time to sum it up. Now I have one question to all of you. Can really one student change this world? From my perspective, I will say definitely yes. It is possible, because one idea can inspire a classroom. One classroom can inspire a school. One school can inspire a community, and one community can inspire a whole world. And the future doesn't belong to only adults. It belongs to all of the students who believe that they can make a difference. And also, this futuristic world does not belong to only the scientists, leaders, and other famous personalities. It belongs to all the students who can change this world, who can take dare to do this and have an initiative to do it. And also, remember, at Scholars Public School Jharda, we are just not preparing for examination. We are preparing for becoming a responsible citizen, compassionate leaders, and other change makers for the tomorrow. Remember, the world doesn't change overnight. It changes when the ordinary people choose to do extraordinary things every single day with their perseverance. And also, let us not take anyone else to change this world. Let us begin today with one act of kindness, one courageous step, and one idea. Thank you. And also, because you all are the students here present each and every year, that could change this world and transform this world.